Welcome to beerandiron.com's How to Tenderize Chicken Breast. First thing you want to do is get you a nice tenderizing mallet. And you're also going to need a needle tenderizer. A cutting board. We use a red one to indicate meat. You're not going to pound this meat on your countertop. You're liable to crack something, so be sure to use a cutting board. Start with that piece of chicken breast with the tapered end on your dominant side. You're going to want to start with the needle tenderizer. This needle tenderizer will spread things out, if you will, and allow the hammer or the mallet to smooth the chicken breast out and flatten it thinner to create that even thickness. You can see here in slow motion how we're sinking those needles down into the cutting board. A little bit of force here. You're going to apply more force on the needle tenderizer than you will the tenderizing mallet. When you get to the thicker end, work in a spiral method or a spiral pattern. That way you can kind of spread things out without causing too much of the meat to tear or rip. The next thing you want to do is use your meat tenderizing mallet. Start on the tapered end and work your way up just like you did the needle tenderizer. You see here that we're not beating this meat into submission. We're working our way up about a half of a hammer blow all the way up to the thicker end. When we get up to the thicker end, we're going to work in a spiral motion in order to keep from making ground chicken. We want to spread the chicken out flat, we want to tenderize it, but we don't want to tear it and rip it into shreds. You can flip it over to the other side and gently tenderize this side. If you tenderize it too much with too much force, you'll rip the meat apart. You can see here a nice tenderized piece, much thinner than we started with. This will allow the meat to cook more evenly and keep from drying out the thinner parts as the thicker parts get up to temperature. You can see here in comparison a piece of tenderized chicken that we just finished and one that we're about to tenderize before it's been tenderized. You can see where the thicker end of the chicken does get torn up a little bit more than the thinner end, but that's okay. When we cook this, it'll all come together just fine. And that's pretty much how we tenderize chicken here at beerandiron.com.